Welcome to another heinous true crime story. Please be advised, this story may contain graphic descriptions of unsettling subjects. Edward Theodore Gein, born on August 27, 1906, in La Crosse County, Wisconsin, would become one of the most infamous figures in American criminal history. Raised in a dysfunctional family on a farm in Plainfield, Wisconsin, Gein's childhood was marked by isolation and the domineering presence of his mother, Augusta. His father, George, was an alcoholic who struggled to maintain steady employment, while his older brother Henry was the only seemingly normal influence in his life. Augusta's fanatical religious views and hatred for the outside world shaped Gein's psyche from an early age. She preached about the innate immorality of the world, the evil of drinking, and her belief that all women were instruments of the devil. This twisted upbringing left an indelible mark on Gein, fostering a deep-seated fear of sexuality and an unhealthy attachment to his mother. In 1940, George Gein died of heart failure, leaving Ed and Henry to care for their mother. 4 years later, Henry died under mysterious circumstances during a fire near their farm. Although initially ruled an accident, suspicions about Ed's involvement would later surface. With Henry gone, Ed's already unhealthy relationship with his mother intensified until her death in 1945. Left alone on the farm, Gein's mental state deteriorated rapidly. He boarded up rooms used by his mother, leaving them untouched as shrines. The rest of the house fell into squalor. It was during this period that Gein's dark obsessions began to manifest in truly horrifying ways. Gein's M.O. was unlike that of a typical serial killer. Rather than actively seeking out victims to murder, he primarily engaged in grave robbing. He would study obituaries in local papers, identifying recently buried middle-aged women who resembled his mother. Under the cover of darkness, Gein would exhume these bodies, taking them back to his farm where he would engage in grotesque experiments and indulge in his macabre fantasies. From these corpses, Gein created a variety of horrific items. He fashioned bowls from skullcaps, made chair seats from human skin, and created lampshades and wastebaskets from flesh. Most infamously, he created a woman's suit from the skin of his victims, which he would wear around the house, pretending to be his mother or other women. While grave robbing formed the bulk of his activities, Gein did commit at least 2 murders. On December 8, 1954, 54-year-old Mary Hogan disappeared from the tavern she operated. Locals gossiped about her disappearance, but the case went cold until Gein's eventual arrest. The crime that would finally lead to Gein's downfall occurred on November 16, 1957. Bernice Wardens, a 58-year-old hardware store owner, vanished from her shop. Her son, Frank, upon discovering the store empty and finding blood on the floor, immediately suspected Gein, who had been seen in the store the previous evening. When police arrived at Gein's property, they were confronted with a scene of unimaginable horror. Worden's decapitated body was found hanging upside down in a shed, gutted like a deer. Her head and internal organs were discovered in various locations around the house. As investigators delved deeper into the house, the true extent of Gein's depravity became apparent. They found a box containing vulvae, including 2 from his female victims, skulls on his bedposts, human skin used to upholster chairs, a belt made from female human nipples, a pair of lips on a window shade drawstring, a lampshade made from the skin of a human face, numerous severed heads, the infamous human skinned Sioux. The discovery shocked the nation and turned the quiet town of Plainfield into the center of a media frenzy. Gein initially denied everything but eventually confessed to the murders of Wardens and Hogan, as well as his extensive grave robbing activities. During his interrogation, Gein revealed the chilling details of his crimes. He described how he would enter a daze-like state, feeling possessed by his late mother during his grave robbing expeditions. He admitted to extensive cannibalism, consuming the flesh of his victims and the exhumed bodies. Gein's case became a sensation, inspiring numerous works of fiction including Psycho, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and The Silence of the Lambs. His story represented a new kind of American Gothic horror, one rooted in the dark underbelly of rural life. Following his arrest, Gein was found mentally incompetent to stand trial and was sent to the Central State Hospital for the criminally insane. In 1968, when he was deemed fit to stand trial, Gein was found guilty of first-degree murder but criminally insane, resulting in his confinement in a psychiatric institution. Gein spent the remainder of his life in psychiatric institutions, dying of respiratory failure due to lung cancer on July 26, 1984, at the age of 77. To the end, he remained a quiet, polite man who showed little outward sign of the monstrous acts he had committed. The case of Ed Gein serves as a stark reminder of the potential for darkness within the human psyche. His crimes, born from a toxic mixture of isolation, religious fanaticism, and deep-seated psychological issues, continue to fascinate and horrify in equal measure. The quiet, unassuming exterior that hid such depravity has become a trope in horror fiction, but the real-life story of Ed Gein remains more disturbing than any fictional account could hope to be. If you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. Please remember to like the video, comment, and subscribe for more true crime stories. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next video.